This nostalgia is tree water.
I knew you were going there. I love it. Now, in a previous nostalgia,
On the previous nostalgia, we've talked about the Christmas tree, and our parents, just like most things, they're very meticulous with schedule and routine. It definitely drove them. I'm not sure in which direction, but it definitely drove them. But our dad would set up, they'd get a real tree every year. We weren't involved in the process of picking it, but we'd have to go. And they put the tree in the garage for a couple days to kind of let the branches go down.
yeah, it was very.
It was a big routine. They took the strings off. They used to bind them up in this machine. It was kind of cool. They put it in, and the string would go around the tree. It was pretty cool to see, which we weren't allowed to be a part of. We weren't even allowed to leave the car, I don't think. But they'd keep it in the garage and let the branches sink for a few days. And it would always be cool to see our Christmas tree in the garage when we take out the garbage, like, oh, Christmas is coming. And they put it in the same stand, and they do the same skirt for the tree. It was always a white sheet. But my dad always had this mysterious mixture, and I still don't know what it is, but it was designated as tree water.
And it would be written on. Go on.
It would be written on there. It'd say tree water, and I think at one point it had the triple X's, like poison, don't drink.
Yeah, sometimes it say tree H2O,
Tree
stuff
H2O.
like that.
He'd always mix it up, but it was always in like a.
He had fun with Sharpies, as these nostalgias will indicate.
He had it in a like a
gallon jug.
Washer fluid jug. And I still don't know what was in it, but he kept it in the garage, and it was like always big secret. And he'd water the tree every day with a secret like combination of things. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
And in later years, the dogs would come around to sniff at it because animals love the smell of water. And they would investigate it and go to drink, and of course they get reprimanded. And more than that, of course, they didn't enjoy schedule. They didn't thrive on routine. It added more stress to their lives and by proxy our lives and the whole environment of the household. So sharp at 9 o'clock or like 9:15, it'd be like I gotta do the water. And if you enjoy it, great. But it always seemed like such a hassle. Like, dogs gotta get their cookies, gotta water the goddamn tree, and of course every day when he'd come home he'd investigate the tree, the lights, make sure each one and maybe, and we make fun of a lot of that because of how everything manifested itself so negatively towards us and how the negative aspects of our interactions were always emphasized.
We could not touch the tree.
I think
we couldn't look at ornaments.
You know what we
not
where we
allowed to
stand.
touch a tree.
Not allowed to touch a tree or the ornaments. It was a great privilege to turn on the Christmas tree lights every evening at 5 sharp and it's funny, it wouldn't even be based on sundown, like, okay, which maybe was harder to find out then, but just buy a farmer's almanac. Okay, today the sun's supposed to go down at 6:17 p.m. 6:17 p.m. let's turn on the Christmas light. But maybe there is a touch of OCD in our dad. Maybe he's just certainly he's gone undiagnosed with something serious. But maybe that's why every needle had to be in place, all the tacky ornaments had to be in back, and every night the tree had to be watered a certain amount, and he would do, and he's not a horticulturist by any means, and I don't think horticulturists even deal with trees, but he would pour the water in, watch the tree drink it, which it wouldn't. I mean, he would just
yeah.
And there's an exact amount so the tree wouldn't overhydrate, but it's I don't know. It was another element of stress in our household during Christmas time at night.